Is CPS investigating Gypsy Rose Blanchard, or what exactly is going on here? So if you were in my live on Monday evening, everybody was talking about this in the chat, that CPS was investigating Gypsy Rose Blanchard because Case Studies had originally posted a YouTube video about this. So what happened was that a woman made a post in a Gypsy Rose Blanchard Facebook group, and that's how everyone found out about this. So I wanted to go find the original Facebook post and just communicate with the person that made the post, because there was a lot of things going around that maybe she was a family member of Gypsy's. So I just wanted to find out for myself. So we're just going to go over this entire situation and talk about everything that we know. So first and foremost, this person is not an aunt or a relative in any way to Gypsy Rose Blanchard. They do not even live in the same state. So let's go ahead and look at the original Facebook post first. This was posted in the Gypsy Rose Blanchard open discussion group. So this post was made, and then she also attached a letter that she got back from CPS. So this was posted by a Christina G, and this reads, "Paper came today and the letter speaks for itself. And for the ones that are going to get angry, you have no clue what I said to those people. But I'm not one that's trying to have a baby taken from their family. I told them exactly how I felt. I told them why I felt that way. I provided the proof that Gypsy put out there, and clearly Children's Services felt the same exact way. Hopefully, baby Aurora is perfectly fine, taken care of, and they won't need to continue services with her. But if what you have been seeing from Gypsy as a first-time mom hasn't disturbed you, then clearly you need some help as well. And before you want to talk shit, understand that I advocate for people that can't advocate for themselves, including babies. I'm not petty, and I take shit seriously. It's not just me that thinks what I seen on that story was absolutely effing disturbing, and at the end of the day, that baby is all that matters." I believe she's referring to the story that Gypsy posted where Aurora was crying from colic. So my disgust and my anger for Gypsy is not the reason I made this phone call. I made this phone call out of genuine concern that apparently was valid. That baby needs Gypsy to get some type of help from people that are professionals and that can give it to her so that nothing happens to that baby. So throw the heat if you want to. Fair warning, I might tell you off in the comments, but it's not going to change anything. The call was made, concern was found by the services, and it is not going to get her baby taken as long as she's not neglecting the baby and as long as she's not a danger to that child. Then she attached to that post this letter from Children and Family Services. The letter is dated 4/15/2025. It does have her first name, Christina. Now this says, "Dear Christina, thank you for your report of 4/14/2025 for a child with the initials of AB. If you are a mandated reporter and your initial report was made virtually through the Child Protection Hotline, the law requires that you follow up with a written report within 5 days. And then it just tells them where they need to submit the written report at. And then this chunk down here is what matters. So this says, DCFS accepts reports for investigation that meet the legal definition of abuse and or neglect where the alleged perpetrator is an individual who DCFS is authorized to investigate per the Louisiana Child's Code. After careful consideration of the information you gave us, we have reached the following decision." And then the box that is checked says, "The information provided meets the legal and agency definition of a report of CA and or neglect by an individual as defined in law. An investigation will be or is already being conducted in accordance with the Louisiana Children's Code and the policy of DCFS." And then at the very, very bottom, it says the parish office assigned to the investigation is blank because I redacted it. And then it also has where the address and phone number is. Those are also redacted as well. Now, as far as the legitimacy of these documents, because I'm sure many people will say, well, anybody can print out a letter on letterhead and type whatever they want to. When I was messaging with Chrissy on Facebook, she sent me a total of 3 different videos showing me the letter itself, the envelope that it came in, and the first sheet of paper that comes in the envelope. Like there's two pieces of paper. You'll have the one main piece of paper that just has a name and an address. Then you have the CPS paper itself, and the envelope and everything looks totally legitimate. Now, I'll try to insert those videos in here if I can. I'll have to see if I can censor out the sensitive information and details so that I can show you those videos. But if I can't, just know that like she showed me the envelope that they came in with her name and address printed on them. So I do think that the papers themselves are legitimate. Now, with the confusion with people thinking that this woman was somehow either an aunt to Gypsy Rose Blanchard or Christy Blanchard, what happened was that on her TikTok account, she posted a video of herself where she called Christy Blanchard and left her a voicemail. And during that video, she calls herself Aunt Chrissy, like joking around about being an aunt, but she actually wasn't. I'm going to play the video for you so you can hear it for yourself.
Hi, this is Christy. Please leave your name and number with a brief message, and I'll return your call as soon as I can. Thank you, and have a great day.
Hi, Christy. My name is Chrissy, and I'm calling you in hopes that you will understand how concerned the world is for your granddaughter. It's not because we don't like or appreciate that your stepdaughter got away with murdering her mother, or that the FOIA documents prove that she's an absolute weirdo and that Ken needs to run far away. That's not why we're concerned. We're concerned because she prioritizes online and doesn't prioritize her child. You might be saying, how do you know that? You're not around here. Because it shows. Keep her off the internet. Why is she setting up her camera to record her screaming baby? Are you not there to help her? I really had faith in you. You raised beautiful children, and they're happy and healthy. Why isn't anybody helping her with her colicky baby? Does she not know to give the baby a warm bath, to swaddle the baby tight? Does she not know about Milacon or other things that help with baby gas? They're all safe. Talk to the doctor. Does she not have a doctor? I know. We know the situation with the doctor, but does she not take the baby to a doctor? Where's Ken? Why is he out there in Florida while she's over here posting about a screaming baby? You people need to understand where we're coming from. We are not trying to hurt Gypsy. We are concerned for that child. And she's a weirdo, dude. It's on paperwork. She wanted to give that child, not Aurora, but her first child, which I guess would be considered Aurora, to Nick. Okay? Oh, he made me say it. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. Stop believing that bullshit. Love and care about that little baby enough to stop believing Gypsy's bullshit and pay attention. The people that are paying attention aren't paying attention because we hate Gypsy. Wait. Yes, we are. How do we redo this? We hate her.
Hi, this is Christy. Please leave your name and number with a brief message, and I'll return your call as soon as I can. Thank you, and have a great day.
I'm not sure if you got the other message. I get so frustrated talking about this girl that I fumble upon my words. But in a nutshell, we're all very concerned about Aurora. And it's really not because Gypsy murdered her mother. Part of it is, but we see what goes on online. How does she not know that baby yet? That baby is almost 4.5 months old, and she still doesn't know how to handle the colic. And okay, fine, but why is she constantly on camera? She's over here TikTok dancing. You got to learn those TikTok dances, Christy. I'm sure you're that. You have to learn those TikTok dances. And you don't learn them, especially when you're gypsy and you've been held captive in a wheelchair your whole life and you don't know how to dance because you didn't go to high school. I mean, you don't learn those things in 5 minutes, especially when you're gypsy. So she's over there learning these TikTok dances all damn day long, doing God only knows what. Where's the baby? Not my business, right? Unfortunately, she puts it online, so it's all of our business. The baby's not with her, is what we're thinking. So then when the baby is with her, what's she doing? She's on live? Or she's on TikTok? Or no, she's setting up the camera so she can show the world that her baby's colicky and she doesn't know what the she's doing. During the time that she was setting up that camera, that baby was still screaming. That baby was screaming in pain during those few minutes that she set up that camera so that she could sit down and try to get sympathy from the world. Just like what, Dee Dee? You people need to wake the up. You call us names. You want to try to get people fired from their jobs and you want to they're stalking you. Get that dumb murder off line and tell her to take care of her kid. Help her. Where's Mia? Don't she her in the baby world? Isn't she a pediatric nurse or some shit? She help her? Can anybody help her? Well, hopefully CYS can help her. Because we're all petrified for this baby. And I'm going to say it again. It's not because we hate Gypsy. It's because Gypsy is a idiot and she fucking goes online and shows the world we have something to worry about. I don't know. I hope.
So after she posted that video, she then posted this follow-up video because Gypsy addressed the colic once again. And in this video, she says, Aunt Chrissy.
How's the colic been? It is better. So we started using gripe water. We started using the one that starts with M, Milocon.
You're welcome. Tell
baby
baby Aurora, Auntie Chrissy is here.
So that may be where people thought that she was an aunt or actually a relative to Gypsy, but she's not. She then did another video reply to a comment she left on one of Nina's videos because Nina had speculated that maybe she was a mandated reporter because of how the document was worded. So Chrissy posted this in another follow-up. She said, they asked if I was a mandated reporter, and my reply was, quote, I'm a mother, so I consider myself to be, end quote, and come to find out, parents in Louisiana are in fact mandated reporters. Learn something new every day, something for people to know. Now, the reason I got the papers is because I asked for them. I explained everything I felt I needed to bring attention to and the reasons why, expressed my honest concerns that aren't a part of social media drama. I told them what I found concerning, not what everyone on social media finds concerning. I gave them my reasons and the path, receipts if you will, to see my concerns for themselves and determine if they think the same thing. I did, however, tell them that her actions are raising quite an uproar and quite the concern on social media because of how she acts and where she shows her priorities are. I expressed that I seen some patterns from her past and I was genuinely concerned for Aurora because no one ever got Dee Dee and Gypsy the help they needed. I also told them that my opinion is that because of the uproar she is receiving because of her actions, I'm not sure if she can handle the justified backlash that she's getting due to her posts and comments, frame of mind, that just seem to be spiraling in a weird way. And again, I gave them the path to determine that on their own. Then I expressed my concern that she might manipulate them into, quote, just going away, and taking this call as a part of Gypsy's role as a victim in the internet, just trying to ruin her life, proven by her honesty and how much of a professional she is in manipulation, especially when it comes to manipulating children's services themselves, right out of a home that she was extremely afraid of. So I asked them to please take my call seriously, to please go out and check on that little baby, to check on Gypsy's mental health, and to please give her any and all services that can help her become the mother that Aurora deserves. Teach her how to be safe and responsible with that little life. And then I asked for them to please follow up with me. that they did hear me and asked for it in writing. I also recorded my entire conversation from my own records, so if I need to address anything or clear up any assumptions and misunderstandings, I can. And in that same video, she also included a slide that says, in Louisiana, a parent is considered a mandated reporter of CA and neglect. Specifically, a caretaker is defined as any person legally obligated to provide care for a child, including parents, as a mandated reporter. They are required to report suspected CA or neglect to the appropriate authorities. Now, these are the comments on the original Facebook post. I said I would include them in the video because some people do not agree with the fact that she called CPS at all. So this first commenter said, "You overstepped some boundaries there. You do not know her personally and turned her in based off of a video of her holding her colicky baby. You never felt as terrified as you did watching that baby cry? Please." So Chrissy replies, "I overstepped. I'd rather overstep than not step at all, and something happened to that baby. So kindly F off and go about your day. Your comment doesn't change anything, and my report doesn't change the fact that Gypsy still has her baby on Easter, didn't she? No one went into that lady's house taking her baby. The only thing they would do, if they end up doing anything, once they go out, I think she meant, is offer that woman some help. I'm a mother of 5, and hell, everybody can always use some help. There's always something new to learn. Again, kindly F off and have a wonderful day." I'm not going to read all of these. If you want to pause and read some of these comments, you can, but there's people disagreeing with her, and then there's people also agreeing with her. But, like I said before, if Gypsy didn't post her baby or things about her baby online, then this wouldn't be happening. This person said, "Maybe try swaddling the baby, warm towel around her belly, anything other than grabbing a recorder to show everyone that you're absolutely oblivious to motherhood." And I mean, she did have some valid points. Like, do you not have a pediatrician that you can ask these questions to? Can you not use Google and look it up on your phone, or search for videos that are talking about colicky babies online? Why do you need to post a video of your baby screaming on your platform with 9 million followers where you know that people are criticizing your every move? It just doesn't make logical sense. And I was going to save this for a separate video, but it applies here as well. So this is just one example of many different posts Gypsy has made talking about being cyberbullied on the internet. And this is just one instance where Gypsy said she would not be posting any pictures of Aurora on social media because she valued her privacy and safety. I mean, when people first got word that Gypsy was in labor and delivering at the hospital, there were people who sent other people to the hospital to look for Gypsy. And when you post about things in real time on social media, or which locations and stores you go to, people start to learn your routine and can find you very easily just from things in the background. Yet Gypsy chose to bring her daughter onto TikTok live streams while announcing to all of her viewers where she was. And when people question her about this in the comments, her response is, yes, we have her on live stream because we need to be available to cater to her needs. We don't stop being parents just because we are on live stream. We try not to show her face. I'm doing my best. Now, I just need you to pause and really think about that for a second. We have her on live stream because we need to be available to cater to her needs. Maybe don't be on a live stream then. It's that simple. And here we have a post where Gypsy was recently bragging about her almost 1 billion views on TikTok in the past year, thanking all the Gyp stans. So let's take a look and see what Gypsy gets the most views on. So this was a screenshot I took a while ago, and as you can see, anytime Gypsy posts anything to do with Aurora, her views would skyrocket and be much higher than the typical videos with just her in them. The video where she had Aurora in the carrier got 15.3 million views. The video where she was holding Aurora claiming that she thought she heard Aurora say hi, has 7 million views. And this is the thing that starts people wanting to become family vloggers or mommy influencers, is they post a few videos of their kids and see how the views skyrocket, and then they want to continue that because obviously views equal money. Now, I was really interested to see if Gypsy was making more money during her live streams when she had Aurora with her. So I went to the website tickleap.com to check out her recent live stream where she was watching her show. So on the live stream dated March 22nd, 2025, Gypsy did not have Aurora in the live stream. And on that live stream, it says that she made estimated around $100. On a live stream with the baby on March 24th, she made over double that amount, estimated at $239. And unfortunately, that's just how social media works. People want to see the baby. She knows people want to see the baby, and then she starts teasing it every now and then does a full-blown live stream. This is just what happens. This is how people respond. And the fact of the matter is that the internet is forever. And once you start posting your children and posting them often, you then start creating a digital footprint for them. And then eventually one day they're going to grow up and they're going to be able to see everything that was posted and commented about them. And look, I know we should not be surprised that Gypsy Rose Blanchard went back on her word, saying that she wasn't going to post her daughter and then doing it anyway. But it was baffling to me just the fact that she admitted and acknowledged that she understood why it was dangerous to post her on social media and then decided to do it anyway. Especially this past year of her just being released and all the crazy things that have happened. You knew all of that and you still chose to subject your baby to it. Now, with that being said, with the whole CPS situation in general, is it something that I personally would have done? No, probably not. But this is what happens when you expose your children to the World Wide Web. Not everybody thinks the same way, and not everybody is going to do the same thing. I don't typically encourage people to go real life and to call people's jobs or call their parole officers and call this and call that. I don't typically do that. But when it comes to children and them being posted online, people are going to have different opinions and concerns, and that is the risk you're taking by posting your child on social media. So let me know what you guys think about this whole situation down below in the comments. If you could, please do me a huge favor and give this video a thumbs up. If you enjoyed it, consider subscribing, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.